Hi there, Kansas City and the Kansas City chapter of the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners. I am your speaker. My name is Janine Driver. I'm coming out on April 27th from 8 to 5 p.m. to speak to you, to speak to your association. If you haven't signed up already, I'm going to give you reason to do so today, right now. My name is Janine Driver. I'm the author of the New York Times bestselling book, You Say More Than You Think. Came out just this February 16th. On March 21st, it hit the New York Times bestsellers list at the number 9 slot. I'm very proud of this book. This book is doing a lot of good in the world, and this is why. I break myths, common body language myths. What I'm bringing to the table at your event is not, okay, someone's lying, you know, because they scratch their nose, or they stick out their tongue after they speak, or they cover their mouth. These are the old body language. These are old myths that are actually hurting us more than helping us. They don't help us separate fact from fiction. But what I'm going to teach you is the same information I learned while I worked as an investigator with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms for 16 years. I learned it there by training with a guy named Dr. Paul Ekman, who that show Lied to Me on Fox is based on. Another guy, J.J. Newberry. He's a retired ATF agent. He's literally called the human lie detector. He's been tested out of over 50,000 people by Dr. Maureen O'Sullivan, and JJ is over 90% accurate with detecting deception. It's unheard of. There is no one that even comes close to JJ Newberry. What I'm bringing to the table are those strategies that I've learned, that I've used in the field, and other people just like you, I've trained many certified fraud examiners, are using today to make their jobs easier. Not to get not to get confessions. Confession's not enough. See, I want the truth. You can kind of bully people to get a confession, and it doesn't mean that that's the truth. So the techniques I'm going to give you are about separating fact from fiction to get people to tell you the truth. Let me give you a couple lying and detecting deception strategies. I'll give you a verbal, then a nonverbal. A verbal would be simply using the word never is what I consider a hot spot. There is no verbal or nonverbal formula that you do this, it means you are lying. That doesn't exist. However, there are indicators that increase a possibility that they're being deceptive. I'm always looking for at least 3 things, at least. So here's a verbal, never. The word never is what I call a verbal puffer-upper. It tries to make the statement appear bigger than it is. You know, when a beautiful woman walks by a guy, what does the guy do? He puts his hands on his hips and he tries to appear bigger than he is. He creates a broadside display. That's what the word never does, or it tries to do. It tries to convince us of something. See, innocent people, people who are telling us the truth, they convey information. Liars try to convince us of something. They'll use that word never. Let me give you an example. This morning, did you give a 3-year-old heroin? If I were in front of you and I asked you that right now, what would you say? This morning, did you give a 3-year-old heroin? You would say no. Unless you actually gave a 3-year-old heroin. But if you didn't give a 3-year-old heroin, you would say no. Did you kill someone yesterday after lunch? If I were to ask you that, if I was right in front of you right now, what would you say? You would not say never. You would say no. But yet, when it comes to deception, we had like Roger Clemens saying never. He never took steroids. Never, never, never. Then he says something like, how do I prove it negative? Well, what is he really saying there? He's saying, how do I tell you that I didn't do this? When people lie, things get convoluted, their language gets awkward, their word choices get awkward, and there's certain word choices that say to us, wait a minute, I need to peel apart this story a little bit more. Never is certainly one of them. Never tries to make the word no appear bigger than it is, like the hands on the hips. I'm not saying anyone who says the word never is a liar. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that says I need to ask more questions. If you haven't signed up, sign up today. I will come early. I will stay late. I will answer any questions that you have. And if you want to find out more about me, visit my website, JanineDriver.com, J-A-N-I-N-E, driver.com, like a taxi driver.com. And see, what means a lot to me is being there in Kansas City on April 27th and you being in that room. What I'm going to teach you is going to change your life. It's going to change your legacy. Be there. I look forward to meeting you. My name is Janine Driver. Thanks for playing with me today. Bye.